Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you are affiliated here with the MICTAN project?
I am Clifford Smith. I am a pastor and I'm a consultant. I'm a consultant to MICTAN around the issues of social determinants, sexuality and sexual health, mostly about mobilizing the community for around HIV/AIDS and also mobilizing the community around social issues. I do consulting work from them. I come in from time to time and help them determine what type of presentations they're going to make and talk to them, do them about evaluation, and also do surveys and talk to different people. I talk to mostly preachers and how they can do something around the issues of HIV/AIDS and mobilize their church to do prevention or care ministry or anything that will help people along the way.
Okay. How do you feel that MICTAN is important for our community?
MICTAN is important because MICTAN is a vehicle that knows what needs to be done around the issues of HIV/AIDS. MICTAN comes in and helps a church not change their focus, not change their theology and thing, but show how that their own theology can be used to do HIV/AIDS ministry, how to do any type of health pandemic that is attacking the African American community.
Okay. Regarding all you do with HIV and AIDS, what's some more information you can share regarding determinants?
Social determinants. Well, you know, social determinants are those factors that contribute to cause HIV/AIDS. You know, we look at the neighborhood, we look at the environment, we look at a person's age, we look at a person's educational level. But the determinants that we know mostly that causes HIV/AIDS are the ones that they have no control over. That is, what's happening in their neighborhood. You know, is the neighborhood being gentrified? Is the neighborhood gone through urban renewal? Has the neighborhood changed? What type of housing is in the neighborhood? Is it subpar? Is it good housing? Those type of social determinants affect HIV/AIDS because, as we all know, the biggest factor, social determinant for HIV/AIDS is poverty. And so those are social issues, social determinants that causes HIV, that help keep HIV in the area. But we also look at a person's age and their education level. It has been determined that the education level will determine how a person reacts, how a person will respond to HIV prevention. Well, let's put it like this. If you live somewhere, let's say you live in North Nashville, you're only making maybe below the poverty level, $18,000 for a family of 4. What are you going to do first, help or make sure your children are fed? Those are the kind of issues that we look at when we teach people about what they need to do, what the church can do to help them determine. Also, you know, you have other determinants. You have discrimination, you have stigma, you have domestic violence. Those are social issue determinants that also affects what happens with HIV/AIDS.
You have any more information?
Well, you know, particularly in health, social determinants is a very complex issue. And what we try to do is that we come in and try to let the church know, let the faith community know what they can do around help around social issues, around the determinants. Many times churches are sort of in limbo on what they can do. You know, we're always preaching that, well, Jesus does this and Jesus does that, if you just trust Jesus, if you just pray. But we need some concrete things that churches can do around HIV/AIDS. For instance, a church can go to a family that's, let's say somebody's infected with the disease. Well, a church can have a care ministry to make sure that that person is getting to their appointments, to the doctor appointments, to their health clinic appointments. They can also make sure that there is food for the family to have. Also, they can educate the community that there's no need to be afraid of this person who has HIV/AIDS. What MICTAN does more than anything else is go to help a church understand what their role is in this pandemic that we're suffering with. Too many times the church does not do anything that's firm, that's concrete, or something that's sustainable. And you know, we talk about prayer. Well, we pray, but sometimes the prayer needs to have some feet to them. You know, they need to hit the road. So that's what MICTAN tries to do, to help them understand that once you pray, then it's time to act.
How long have you been with MICTAN? And
Well, you know, I've been just an independent consultant, but I used to actually work with MICTAN, and I became an independent consultant. And before I started working with MICTAN, I used to do care ministry. I've done HIV/AIDS care ministry for about 5 years. That's where I first done. I was working with the program, the Wellness Center, and we actually helped those that were infected and affected. We provided case management, pastoral care, pastoral counseling. We provided food cards. We provided transportation, and we provided support groups. We did support groups. I did support groups for those that were infected with HIV/AIDS. After I left, I went and taught college for a while at American Baptist College, and then I came back and started working in the Metropolitan Interdenominational Church Technical Assistance Network. And I did things around, actually I did more things around sexuality and sexual health more than anything else. And then I started doing independent consulting, and that's when I did issues around social determinants.
Can you, in your own words, explain who is the who in the whosoever?
Who's the who? That's everybody. Whoever. Whoever. Who. It could be you. It could be me. It could be your next door neighbor. It could be your pastor. It could be the homeless man walking on the street. It could be the drug addict sitting on the corner. It could be the prostitute on the in the what we call the strip. It could be the president. It could be the mayor. It could be the grocery clerk. It could be the deacon. It could be the trustee. It can be that 6-year-old child at school. The who is whoever it is, every human being. That's who the who is. Who, so, ever. Who. Doesn't matter who. Doesn't matter. If you are a human being, you're the who.
Good. Do you have any other information you'd like to share?
Hopefully that the church will always have an open arm to all those who are struggling with issues of health, with issues of orientation, with issues of sexuality. The church will always be open to who's ever struggling with life, and be there as a place where they can come and be who they believe God created them. Be a place where they feel comfortable, be a place where they feel loved, be a place where they be accepted. That's what the church needs to be. And I hope that everybody who comes into contact with the church will always feel accepted and loved, no matter what they've done or where they've been.
And that's the vision and the mission of MICTAN.
The vision of MICTAN, it's inclusive. It's MICTAN is part of Metropolitan Church. They are a community of believers, inclusive of all, alienating to none. Alienating to none, inclusive of all, sharing God's love for spiritual growth with the world.
Good. Thank you.
All right.